everyone. Uh, Today we are going to cover the basics of conversion rate optimization. So this includes few of the topics that we will be covering. The first one is what is conversion rate optimization, that is CRO, why it is important, the key metrics, basics of CRO strategies, tools for CRO, and then at the end, I'll be also giving you an overview of a tool with a case study, right? So let's get started. Firstly, what is conversion rate optimization and why it is important? Let's first define what is CRO. CRO is a process of increasing percentage of conversions on the website visitors who take desired action. By action I mean call to action like learn more, making a purchase, downloading a brochure, and so on. So essentially it is about converting more leads with the same website visitors, right? It also increases leads without getting more traffic. That means without spending more on ads to drive traffic to your website, CRO can help you get more leads with the same number of visitors. So another thing is it enhances the user experience, because when you start optimizing, you tend to make incremental changes on your website, which eventually, over a long period of time, will help you achieve more ROI. Now let's look what are the key metrics in CRO, right? So there are basically four key metrics that we can consider, because since this is a basic class, uh, let's look what are the key metrics in CRO. There are many, to be honest, but since we are only focusing on basics as of now, let us understand these four. The first one is conversion rate. The conversion rate is number of conversions divided by number of visitors multiplied by 100. So, for example, let's assume that you are getting 100 visitors on your website per day, and out of those 100 visitors, two of them gets converted. By conversion, it can be anything like buying something, or applying for counseling, or request for a callback, or even downloading a brochure. So anything can be considered as conversion based on your objective. So let's say two of them took the desired action. So that means the conversion rate of your website is 2%, right? Now going on to the next part, which is bounce rate. So bounce rate is basically percentage of visitors who have left your website after visiting your landing page. So by leaving your website, it also means leaving your landing page and going to some other landing page. Now bounce rate can be very subjective. Let's take two example, one of a D2C brand and another, let's take, of a service brand. Let's say when it comes to a D2C brand, the customer journey is at least, the customer takes at least 4 to 5 touch points to make a purchase from viewing the product itself. So by viewing the product, the customer will add that product to cart, and then go to the cart and then make purchase, so which makes the bounce rate very less. But let's take in case of a service website where you only want your customer to take an action, or fill a form. So in that case, your bounce rate will automatically be very high, because your customer gets what he or she was looking for, and it was there on the landing page. So bounce rate is very subjective. It varies based on your product and services, right? Now coming to the third point, that is average session duration. It is nothing but the average time span a user spends on your website. So the more it is, the better it is. Now going to the fourth point, which is click-through rate. It is basically the percentage of users who click on specific links. It can be, let's say you have a video on your landing page, so how many people are clicking on that video? Let's say you have a FAQ section, right? So how many people are going to the FAQ section, clicking on the expand option, and going through each one of it. So these are the four key metrics in CRO that you can follow. I hope this is clear. Now hopping on to the next part, uh, which is, you know creating CRO strategies. This is very important because unless and until you don't have a defined strategy, it becomes very difficult to measure your CRO success. Uh, there are four basic strategy you can consider. First one is A/B testing. A/B testing is a fundamental strategy. In fact, the most important one. Anything you take in CRO, you always have to A/B test it. A/B testing is nothing but comparing two versions of a web page to see which performs better. You must have done or heard about A/B testing in your performance marketing. Yes, it's similar. Over there, you A/B test different creatives and different ad copies, and here you are testing different versions of landing pages, right? The second one after A/B testing is user feedback. You can collect user feedback like surveys, usability testing. Now, surveys can be in the form of pop-up forms, where you can ask questions like, "Did you find this helpful?" or ask something like, "Did this service or product solve your problem?" In this way, you get to know more about your users and their browsing behaviors, which eventually help you build better landing pages, right? Uh, now, after doing this, the third point, which is simplifying navigation. See, users on the internet are very impatient. You only get like 2 to 3 seconds to grab their attention. So, making the navigation easier for the users to find what they are looking for by organizing your site landing page in such a way that it is logical and very clear. Our fourth point is improving the CTA, which is call to action. I'm telling you, testing CTA will be a never ending process. So, the more simple and clear your CTA will be, the better result you will get. It should be easy to find. Also, you need to ensure that they stand out and also communicate the benefit of taking action. So until now, it was all about theories, like what is CRO, how it works, and all strategies we can use. But the question is, how do we do it? How to execute all these theories? uh, because there are n number of tools available on the internet, right? uh, so here are the four basic tools that you can start with, which is Google Analytics, Hotjar, Optimizely, and the last one is Microsoft Clarity. Once you practice and explore them more, you move towards more advanced tools also. There are so these are the four tools: Google Analytics, Hotjar, Optimizely, and Microsoft Clarity. All of them are free tools, so you can definitely explore. Now let's understand one of the tool, Microsoft Clarity, also my personal favorite. In this case study example, we will take up on hypothetical example of defining problem, solution, and result. So let me share that screen to you. One second. Okay, so here is the screen. uh, I just I'll just go to the I'll just do a sign in. Okay, so this is a live dashboard of an edtech company called LearnBay. LearnBay is into dig- uh, LearnBay is basically into professional courses like data science, cloud, and DevOps. So this is a live dashboard. I know you might be feeling very overwhelming seeing so many data, but do not worry. Once you start exploring, you will get used to it. Um, Let me directly go to the heat map part. There are three options. Uh, Once you go to the landing page you selected, let us consider the home page itself. So there are three options that you can see: click, scroll, and area. Now in click option you can see that where the user are prone to click more. Let me show you the desktop part, it will be more clear. Yes, so you can see that on the logo, on the explore courses, career services, apply now, which is the call to action. You can see there are more number of clicks, right? Also let me make it 30 days, which will give you more insight. See, uh, in different courses you see over here, you see the maximum number of clicks, right? uh, this is the data science course and the master's course, the cloud and DevOps, and so on. You can see how the user is clicking to a particular text, which means that text is very important to the user. I mean, the user is prone to click on that text part. Now let's understand what is scroll. Uh, this shows the average number of scroll of users, the top being the red, which means from most popular to least popular. So the red means most popular. Green, from yellow to green, it is like mid-level popular. You can see that. And the blue one, the more deeper the blue, which means the less number of users are, you know, scrolling till the end of your landing page, right? So here you can see, uh, the more we scroll down, the deeper the blue gets. Now clicking on the third option, which is area. Now area shows us the data of which section of our landing page is most important to our user. For example, here you can see that the user is more interested about the header part, which is 12.06%. They are also interested about the exclusive scholarship offer, which is about 16.22%, right? And if you scroll down, you can see that this domain certification part compared to this courses part, uh, the user interaction is more, 3.88%. Now if you go further down you will find that the certification course has even more interaction, which is 6.72%. And while scrolling down you can also see users are also interested into this project innovation lab, and then domain specialization, and then the testimonial part, which the user is interacting more, even more, even better than the real project part, right? Now the question here is, how do we create hypothesis based on these three data available and take some action? Because at the end of the day, uh, you have ample number of data, ample amount of data, but you have to take some action, right? So I'll tell you one of the method that you can apply. There are many of them, but since we are covering the basics, I'll explain the fundamental method. So based on clicks, you can see that the user is clicking on certain text. For example, apply now, data science and AI, and so on. And based on scroll, you get to know about uh, you get to know till where the average user is scrolls, and with area you get to know about what all sections the user feels important to them. Now, based on these observation, the first step you can take is to rearrange the website section. For example, the scroll is, let's say, 50%, that is halfway, and the content on section that is getting the most attention, if you feel there is a section which should get most attention, you can move it upwards. So for example, here we can see that the scroll until here, uh, see the scroll, if you see, the scroll until here is around 30%, but if you see in the area part, the scroll like until here, which is 50%, the interaction is about 0.48%, and the interaction at the testimonial part is more than that, right? So what we can do or take immediate action is that we can move this section upwards, because the interaction is more, the average number of scroll is 50% until here. So if we move this upwards, so the chances of users not missing out this section becomes very less. Similarly, with clicks, you can figure out what all type of content or copy uh, your users are finding it important. So this was a basic understanding of CRO. We will dive more deep into the details in the upcoming modules. Yeah. So yeah, thank you so much.